are you guys still kind of working on that same device that sanitizes like door handles and stuff like that?
Yeah, we're very much still working on the same concept. We still want to sanitize door handles, but our product did change a little bit. So initially, our
Okay.
product was extremely bulky and it was a little bit difficult in terms of cost. But so in the last couple of months since we last spoke to you, we've brought in the cost a lot lower, and so it's much more accessible to the public. And we want as many people as possible to be able to afford our product, obviously, right? Because we want to create a germ-free society ultimately. And so with this time, we've done that with our new product. But ultimately, it is the same.
Yeah, we're on our second generation of products right now.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of a little more less bulky and a little more cost efficient for everyone. So remind me again, kind of what kind of like customers would you be targeting? Are you kind of targeting, commercial real estate developers? Are you looking at, schools? I guess like who's your kind of target customer for this?
Well, Kevin, any business that has a door and a handle on that door is our customer, right? An example of this would be an office, a hospital, an elderly home, and many, many, many more.
Right. Yeah, and I definitely think some of those places there's a very obvious use case. I think the pandemic brought that up, especially with like senior homes and stuff like that. So I guess kind of walk me through. Obviously, you guys have been changed a few things with the design, but I guess has there been any other kind of updates, changes, milestones that you guys have kind of hit since we last talked? I know the launch is coming up. I'm about to ask about that, but it, in the meantime, is there anything else that is kind of noteworthy that's either changed or that you guys have been able to accomplish?
So our second generation prototype, we finished testing that this last weekend. So we're looking to
Oh.
start advertising in the next coming week. So those are the two like biggest things. But in general, a lot of we've been kind of delayed by going through development of second generation, and so we really want to get this product pumping out in this coming up launch.
And why don't we talk about the accomplishment you guys had at Oslo Innovation Week and Startup World Cup?
Yes, so with Oslo Innovation Week, essentially it's a competition conducted by the Norwegian government. And we were actually recognized
nice.
in the top 100 of startups across the world. And yeah, we've got the grand finale potentially coming up for that in the next month or so. And in terms of the Startup World Cup, we were also invited to be special guests in San Francisco in the grand finale once again in the middle of September. So
Oh, that's really cool. So is the Oslo one, is that like almost like a pitch competition kind of thing?
Yes, yes.
Very cool. How did you guys get involved in that?
There's just a lot of opportunities online that we've been trying to pursue. We're trying to get our name out there, obviously. That's how we get sales ultimately in the future. We have to raise exposure. And this is just a competition that I saw, and we decided that we wanted to take part in it. And I guess they recognized our product a lot, and they liked it. So we're selected in the top 100. It's a great opportunity.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I guess kind of, I might be jumping ahead a little bit, but that just kind of sparked my curiosity. So, I mean, obviously beyond that, you guys have the age, which is a slight, I don't know, maybe it's something that helps, maybe it could be seen as kind of a slight hindrance, but I guess like, how do you feel like, as student entrepreneurs, you kind of have to, or do you feel that you have to kind of do different things that, a normal 30-year-old dude, if I was starting a company, would be able to do? I guess, like, do you feel like it's a challenge or is it helpful? And I guess, how do you kind of navigate getting your name out there?
There's a lot of drawbacks as well as a lot of upsides to it. First of all, one upside is the fact that we again are 16. We're starting this very early in life, and as a result, most people don't expect us to start a company at this age. So we'll get a lot more attention that way. I know even the first time we spoke to you, I brought this up. Would you even be here interviewing us if we weren't 16? 17 now, but yeah.
Right.
Of course, there are drawbacks. We don't have the knowledge that someone like 30 years old would have. But again, we do have incredible mentors, product designers, manufacturers behind us, and we are learning along the way, and we're definitely creating something.
So I mean, this is a growing learning experience for us. Sorry to cut you off. I mean, we have like great mentors like Mr. Faizan working with us. We have manufacturers in India who are helping like connect us with new opportunities and new ways to improve our design. And so this is really a great opportunity for us as high schoolers to kind of connect with adults, get involved in the business world, understand what it takes to create a startup, and I mean, in general, like we're definitely learning a lot, and our learning is definitely accelerated by this opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's still plenty of people who are even older than I am who are still trying to figure that out. So, no, so I guess like you guys have got this second generation of the product. I guess when are you like officially kind of launching that out in the market?
So we're expecting to launch this product around fall 2022, so fall of this year. And we do want to, I think maybe I don't want to get too ahead of whatever you want to ask, but yeah, we're expecting to launch in fall 2022.
Yeah, and we're also we also hope to launch our like pre-campaign, our social media campaign in the next even week or two, and then from there, based on like interest, impressions, we can then hope to launch it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I assume that's going to be kind of like ramping up your social media presence, potentially doing like Facebook ads and stuff like that.
Yep. Yes. Facebook, Instagram, any social media.
Yeah, and I apologize, I don't have the thing pulled up right in front of me, but I guess how long have you guys been working on this in total?
Since COVID hit.
So August 2020.
August 2020 is when we started, but
like,
the idea
yeah.
even concepted before that, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
This is everything we've been working towards for the last few years, and we're very excited to be bringing it out.
Yeah, and I think I asked you guys last time, but I mean, if you've been working on it before even COVID, obviously, in a sense, COVID is kind of a benefit to you. I guess, how do you feel that the pandemic has kind of affected your growth or kind of shaped what you guys are working on?
So as the product is a healthcare / sanitization product, it's not really based off a pandemic. However, COVID has brought the demand of health, of hygiene and germs to the more public. You can see like many products like Clorox wipes and that have been having a high demand, and we see our product as an automated sanitization product as a demand for this current situation.
So and COVID has helped us because it has increased the awareness.
Yes,
People's
so
awareness
much
has been
more awareness,
increased a lot. So to be honest, COVID actually helped this product and the prospect this product actually brings.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was very conscious of it for a long time, and then went to Dallas Startup Week and didn't wear a mask, and here we go. Yeah, no, I definitely can see that kind of benefiting in the kind of just the general raising awareness of people kind of and how we interact with each other. And so I guess with this launch, I'm curious just on a personal level, I guess, like, what does it mean to you that you kind of created this product and now you're kind of finally seeing it, come to life in the world?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, this is literally our baby. This is what we've worked towards for the last 2.5 years, and it literally means everything to us to be able to bring this out. And I think more than anything, not only for our experience in the business world, but it proves to anybody, and it proves to us that anybody, no matter what age you are, you can make a difference if you really put in the work and you really have a good idea. And I think that's probably the biggest thing to take away from this.
Yeah, and so I guess looking ahead, I guess so we launched the product. I guess what are kind of your plans? What's the roadmap for the future? And I guess how do you get there?
Our mission is to sanitize every touch. It's UV sanitize every touch. That's what we get UV said. And so by sanitizing every touch, of course, we're starting with our door handles, but we then plan to move towards other highly germ-infested areas. We've got plenty of ideas that we're going to try and expand upon once we launch our product in the future.
Yeah, no, I mean, you could kind of create a whole ecosystem of devices that are kind of working together in a building or something like that. And so I know last time, I think you guys have gotten a little bit of grant funding from Discover STEM, but I guess, are you guys planning now on eventually taking on like venture capital dollars, or is that something you're considering?
Yeah, so we have an LOI of around 750,000 so far. So we definitely have a lot of interest in our products, and during our campaign and everything, we are trying to raise like upwards of 500,000 to $1 million. I mean, we really want to get the manufacturing costs down. We really want to get the marketing costs. We really want to start really expanding this unit. And so we've already started investing in 1,000 to 2,000 units, which we'll be using for our launch. And we really want to expand this product to the maximum and that would allow us the opportunity to obviously explore other areas and sanitize every aspect that we can possibly touch.
Yeah, so I guess if you were successful in raising the money, it'd be kind of used towards kind of further developing the product out and kind of probably more marketing as well, I assume. Right on. Well, I guess kind of going off of that, I guess, you were talking about how this wasn't kind of, a direct cause of the pandemic that this kind of came about, but I guess like how do you see the level of consciousness continuing whatever post-pandemic looks like or ends up looking like?
Yeah, so in recent history, in the last 2 weeks, our nearby school districts have been affected. So recently we had a West Nile case, recently we had monkeypox case recently in Texas, and so we're seeing all these highly viral and contagious diseases show up all over the world. And because of COVID and the impact of that kind of viral disease was showcased with COVID, we really think that rather than seeing COVID, the pandemic, kind of sizzling out in terms of in terms of danger for a lot of these young adults, and in terms of awareness for the pandemic, even though that it's been slowly sizzling out, we really want to use that awareness to focus on viral diseases and kind of prevent anything that could possibly happen in the future. And there's a high possibility that something like that could possibly happen again.
And one more thing I'd like to add on is the Spanish flu came about in 1921. Now in 2022, we still got flu variants coming around. And I believe the same thing will happen to COVID. We're still going to have COVID variants popping up. And of course, it won't be as deadly as it has been in the past, but it's allowed people, like Vihan said, to become much more conscious about sanitization in general.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a teacher, that would have been fantastic to have on my classroom door. The first year I taught, I was sick with something new pretty much every other week. I had some other weird thing that I got from the students. So yeah, that definitely strengthened my immunity there on that one. But actually, the first staph infection I ever got, I made it through all of my high school and college career without getting staph infection, but I got it from teaching ninth graders. So. Yeah, and so I guess kind of going off of the high school thing, I'm kind of curious, I've talked to a few kind of student entrepreneurs, mostly at the college level, but, sometimes it starts as it just kind of seems like it's a project, they work on it, and then they graduate and move on, but kind of I guess my question is this something that you see carrying forward in the future? But I have a feeling I know the answer since you've referred to it as your baby, but just curious, is this something that you see kind of, assuming things go well, that, this is something you work on into college and potentially beyond that?
Well, as the oldest, I just graduated with a Master's of Science in Engineering Technology, and I still think that I'm going to continue working with this company because I see the potential in this company. And, this product is in such high demand, I think, through the entire world.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think, especially if you guys are able to kind of create that ecosystem of devices, then you can kind of, do data analytics off of that and give companies reports on where issues, yeah. So I could definitely see this kind of growing in multiple directions. Well, I guess kind of related to that, I ask this in every interview, so I've probably asked you before, but on a personal level, what is kind of the goal or the impact in the world that you're kind of hoping to make through the work that you're doing with UBSET?
Well, again, like I said before, our mission is to sanitize every touch and create a germ-free society, of course. This is a $400 million industry that we're tapping into right now. And so, if you'd like me to break that down, I can actually. So let's just, on a very conservative level, let's assume there's 100 million door handles in the US, right? From that 100 million, let's say we sell our product for about 200 a pop. If we do that, then all we have to do is capture 2% of the market, and that gets our $400 million valuation right there. So that is definitely something that we are trying to look forward to and push into in the near future. And with the high demand, as well as how good we think our product is, we'll definitely be able to make sure that we're able to push into that the furthest that we can.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of looking at my big picture notes here, and we've kind of run through all the questions that I had written down. I guess, is there anything we haven't touched on that you want to make sure we talk about? That usually is the hardest question I throw out. So if not, no worries. I mean, obviously, when I sit down to work on the story, I'll reach out if there's any other questions that I have that come to mind. But I mean, based on the profile that I wrote about you guys late last year, plus this conversation, I think I have most of what I would need to write an article. I'm just double checking.
And in case you think we're missing anything, Kevin, just shoot us an email and we'll respond back.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the only other question I had, well, I just had two small kind of detail questions. One, I like to include the team size. Have you guys added any more since we last talked?
Yeah, he's our chief financial officer right there, behind your button.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's 4 people last time.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Hey, good to meet you. And then the only other thing I wanted to ask is, we do, most of the companies I write about are venture backed, so we always usually include like the total amount of funding. But I guess, have you guys won any like other pitch competitions besides the one? I mean, obviously I know you are in that one right now, but have you picked up any other like grant funding or pitch competition funding since we last talked, or is the numbers from last time still the same numbers?
Yep, I do want to talk about Kubera Capital.
So yeah, so we've partnered with one venture capitalist. So they've invested already $20,000 for us, and so we do have venture capitalists backing us, and we do have a $750,000 LOI from a real estate company. So yeah, I mean, in terms of progress, like in terms of investment, that's where we've gone, and we really want to advance and approach new investors and start really bringing up this product with investments and then bringing it to the next level.
I'd like to add on to that we have been invited to present people at Advanced Healthcare Innovation Summit.
Yeah. So also, as well as with Oslo Innovation and the Startup Week, we've also been able to submit a paper about our innovation in the Advanced Health Committee in Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah,
this,
that is going to be in November,
Yeah.
and it isn't like we aren't formally invited yet. We only know informally.
No, you'll be formally.
We'll be formally invited.
So there's this summit called Advanced Healthcare Innovation Summit. It is conducted every year in Cincinnati, where there's a hub of healthcare. So they were invited to present the paper, and I've been told that they are officially selected to come and present the paper. The who's who of healthcare industry are going to be there, including GE Healthcare and executives from GE Healthcare and other top healthcare organizations. So these kids have been invited to present their paper on this project and this innovation.
Hey, that's awesome. Do you have a PDF of that you could share?
I will share that to you.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd just like to read through it just for some background.
Would you also like me to send you the Oslo Innovation Week and the Startup World Cup?
Yeah, that'd be great. Anything that you have like a link to or something like that
Send a link to it.
would be great.
Oh, sure.
And I will also send the link to this Advanced Healthcare Summit in Cincinnati, right?
Yeah, that'd be awesome because it'll help me kind of build the story of how you guys have been kind of growing behind the scenes while you're getting this product ready for launch. So yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, cool. I think, like I said, right now I think I have everything I need. I'll definitely reach out if there's anything else. But other than that, I mean, you guys have my email and phone number and everything, so definitely keep in touch. This is one of the coolest parts of my job is talking to companies when it's kind of an idea and they're just launching it out in the world, and then sometimes I run into these people a few years later as they're raising their Series A or something like that. So I definitely would love to keep in touch. As you guys have future announcements. We have like the daily newsletter that we put out. So beyond just like feature stories and stuff, if you guys hire a new C-suite level person or something like that, we can add that in our roundup of hiring and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, as you guys have updates, feel free to reach out anytime.
Definitely, we'll do that. And do you need some pictures? Like, shall I send the picture of the team so that you can use that picture?
Yeah, if you have some team pictures and if you have any like product pictures that you can share, that would be great as well.
We'll send both.
We're definitely.
We have
Sorry?
both.
We have both, yes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we're definitely a little more driven here at Dallas, visually driven here at Dallas Innovates as opposed to the Business Journal, since the Business Journal is more focused on their print paper that came out every week. So yeah, photos would be great, and then just any links or PDFs that you have, and yeah, I'll be in touch as I sit down to listen to this interview and start writing the story. So I'll let you know when I have an idea of when this will run and if there's anything else that I need from y'all.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks so much. Thanks for your time and take care.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll have a great night.
Thanks, you too, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye.